Hey, church. So, first, I want to say what an incredible privilege it is that God has blessed us with the opportunity to worship together. As most of you know, a week ago, this past Sunday, I was sick and was not able to be in church. I didn't even have a voice. And God worked through all that, of course. He doesn't need me. But as I sat at home with Kim watching the services and just taking in everything God was saying, I I just want to tell you what an incredible blessing it is to not only be your pastor and to lead the Christian Faith Fellowship family, the Village of Oak Creek campus, and the Gospel Rescue Mission campus. Man, I can't even express it. What joy that it brings me and the honor that it is to serve God with you together. For some of you that maybe don't attend church on a consistent basis, I want to challenge you to make God and serving Him and meeting with His family the highest priority in your life. Seriously. More important than work, more important than anything. Obviously your relationship with Jesus is more important, but I'm saying being part of what God's doing is critical. Let's step in and see where God is taking us. I want to read a scripture to us today. In John chapter 5, Jesus heals this guy, and the guy doesn't even know who Jesus is. And Jesus kind of slipped out through the crowd, and then he's being questioned by the church leaders, like, who did this? And he's like, I don't know. And so they're like, we want to know who this is. So then they're done questioning him, and he's takes off, and he's healed, and he's celebrating. And so I just want to read a couple verses right here about this. So the man didn't know, for Jesus had disappeared into the crowd. But afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and told him, now you are well. So stop sinning, or something even worse may happen to you. That's all I'm going to read. Two main points I want to bring out of this. The man who was touched by Jesus didn't know who Jesus was, but he absolutely knew God did it, because we find him in the temple. I love it. Acknowledging God even in our ignorance is a beautiful thing. And so as we see that, we come to this moment where in his seeking and worshiping God, he receives a revelation of who Jesus is. And Jesus finds him, and it's like, now, change. There's a change in your life. You hear that? Jesus is like, now you are well. So stop sinning. Okay? He's like, this is a transition point in your life. You're not going to continue down the road you've lived on. You're not going to do the things you used to do. This is a moment of truth where you're going to make a dramatic change in your life, and you're going to follow God in His ways. And Jesus gives a warning. If you don't, something worse may happen to you. This is not a threat to you, and I'm not challenging church that you would be scared and serving it. No. Jesus is letting us know something. There are consequences to our decisions, the direction of our life, and who leads our life. And so God's challenging us today, church. Put Him first. Do it His way. And let's be His church. God bless you.